Breaking news: hip-hop's unshakable empire just cracked in half. The streets are whispering, the blogs are screaming, and the internet, it's on fire, because for the first time in decades, the untouchable J. Prince, the man who moves in silence but controls the noise, just got clowned.
This is a problem, J. Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. My name is Mace. I stand by this message. We not your little niggas. Like the way you talk it, I don't get what you mean. For real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas. So we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't. And for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like,
J. Prince has a message for both of y'all with your comments after what you guys had to say about Shakur. He said, numbers don't lie, haters do. Let their haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mace, I will fade all his shots and take all bets.
so then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so lacking self-awareness. Like when you give such a lackluster performance and then you think you can make threats to people because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place.
I love Mace saying, like, who is he? What's happening?
Mace smoked it.
What's happening right now? They both worded it, and it still seemed respectful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they didn't get out of pocket. They didn't get out of pocket.
They seemed like
publicly, and not by a rival label or a vengeful rapper, but by Harlem's own smooth-talking assassin, Ma Dollar E. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Ma Dollar E who once danced in shiny suits next to Diddy just flipped the entire game on its head. And J. Prince, he didn't see it coming. What happens when the godfather of Houston meets the minister of Harlem mischief? You get chaos, ego bruises, and an online meltdown that might just redefine what respect means in hip-hop. But here's the real question: how did we get here? How did a single joke, a few slick one-liners on a viral podcast, turn one of the most feared men in the culture into a walking meme? Buckle up, because this isn't just about words, it's about power, pride, and a public takedown so brutal, even Twitter had to stop and say, yo, he really said that. Stay right here. You're about to witness history unravel in real time. When it comes to power in hip-hop, few names hold the same weight as J. Prince, a man whose reputation has hovered over the culture like a shadow for decades. From Houston to New York, his name was whispered in studios and boardrooms as the final word in respect. The man behind the curtain who could silence feuds and pull strings no one else could touch. But lately the streets have been asking a dangerous question: is that power still real? Or is it just the ghost of a legacy that everyone's afraid to question? That's where Ma Dollar E walked in, cool, calm, and surgical. On his show with Kamran, It Is What It Is, he did what no rapper or host had dared to do before. He took J. Prince's legend and stripped it bare in front of millions. With a grin, he poked at the man's carefully built image, saying things people only said in private rooms, like maybe J. Prince isn't keeping peace, maybe he's keeping control. The internet went crazy within minutes, clips spread everywhere. People couldn't believe that someone had finally said it out loud. The man who once moved in silence was suddenly silent for real, as rumors swirled that even his closest people didn't know how to respond. Some said calls went unanswered, others claimed meetings were canceled, and for the first time in years, J. Prince had
the truth.
You 60, what are you talking about? What are you, bro, I lost mad respect for you, because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you lined Young Boy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all eat a dick. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Wack 100 was the most disrespect. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat this Wack 100 said. So for the people that's catching up on this who have no idea how this started, we gave our opinion of the fight. We said this was boring. All of us said it was boring. It's 100 niggas saying it's boring. But because I go viral, niggas think that they could keep talking to us. Shakur Stevenson told us to get the strap or strap up, or better yet, put the gloves on so he could fight us. We said what he said, and then he started going crazy.
So look, I gotta ask, I think I'd be remiss if I don't. Any message for Cam and Macy? I've been going back and forth a lot over the last week.
Some old niggas, they ain't got my respect.
There you go.
Since it's all comedy, I'm going to deal with it like comedy, nigga. You hear that? Like I said, nigga, your mother named you after Shakur, nigga. You know I ain't had no problems with the first Shakur. I ain't going to have no problems with you. Chill out, Lord, nigga. We got the right to have our opinion, and I say that with all due respect, you know, but just keep it where it is, man. Let humor be humor. Let everybody say what they gotta say. You don't like what we said, nigga, box better. Until you beat Tank, it ain't really nothing for you to say. And making threats, I'm gonna just keep it real. If we talking boxing, I got 3 knockouts in All-Star Weekend, man. So I got 100% knockout ratings on All-Star Weekend if we checking the records.
When you have a young guy like
Prince had no words. The moment was more than a joke. It was a cultural shift, because if Ma Dollar E could mock him and walk away untouched, it meant the spell of fear might finally be broken. What looked like a harmless podcast moment had quietly turned into a test of power, and everyone waited to see whether J. Prince would laugh it off or strike back. Behind the scenes, the tension only grew as whispers started surfacing about what really pushed Ma Dollar E to go after J. Prince that night. Some insiders claimed it wasn't just about boxing commentary or playful roasting, it was about something deeper, a silent war between two kinds of power, one built on fear and another built on influence. Word spread that Ma Dollar E had been hearing stories from artists who felt boxed in by industry politics that all traced back to people connected to J. Prince and his long reach across labels and deals. Whether true or not, Ma Dollar E used that fuel to turn his jokes into weapons, cutting through J. Prince's reputation like a razor disguised as laughter. On social media, fans treated it like a spectacle, but insiders saw it as a message: Harlem calling out Houston, showing that the old rules don't apply anymore. Fake reports started popping up online, claiming leaked texts from people close to the Rap-A-Lot circle, where one alleged insider wrote that Prince was furious, calling meetings and demanding to know who let it get this far. Others swore that even certain rappers quietly distanced themselves, afraid to get caught in the fallout. Meanwhile, Ma Dollar E kept laughing unfazed as the numbers on the show skyrocketed and clips kept circulating faster than anyone could control. He didn't delete a thing, he didn't clarify, he just kept feeding the fire, knowing every headline made him stronger. Fans were divided, some saying it was pure comedy, others calling it disrespect. But everyone agreed on one thing: the untouchable had been touched. The legend of J. Prince had taken a hit not from bullets or betrayal, but from words, and once laughter takes over, even power starts to shake. As the chaos spilled into the following weeks, the silence from J. Prince's camp became its own headline, and the more he didn't speak, the louder the conversation grew. Online,
like Shakur, instead of fighting his battles or trying to go against everyone that's commenting on him, you should be talking to him on how to, or teaching him how to get better.
You boring. You boring. Everybody's seen it. We ain't the only ones who seen it. You boring. I thought I was rather polite about it. I thought it was cool. Your grandfather's in your corner telling you to let your hands go. You won't let your motherfucking hands go because you're scared to get hit. You want to swim without getting wet. It's just not going to happen. Now, what I will say, this is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in the last 2 years. This was kind of funny. This is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in 2 years. Congratulations. After the fight's over, he walks back to the corner like this. That don't look like a champion. Champs start walking around the ring diddy bopping when they beating up. Your grandfather, that's how I know what your grandfather's telling you. They knew you f***ed the bag up. You f***ed the bag up. You were supposed to show off, show out. Not only that, you was talking before the fight. You was the one before, I'm gonna knock this out. I'm gonna demolish it. I'm gonna do all this. And you ain't do nothing you said. That's why is mad. The point being is this, you fighting more after the fight. You just had a fight Saturday. You're losing your damn mind the last 2 days. Trying to fight everybody on Instagram, on Twitter, on everything else. Because we seen it. We seen it. What is you talking about? Then you talk about we should glove up. Shut the f*** up. Shut the f*** up. But nigga slap fire out you. Shut the f*** up. You getting boxing in the streets confused, nigga. For real, nigga. Like, stop getting boxing in the street. Those are two different things, nigga. That is two different things, nigga. Because when a switchblade or something else and everything, you talk about niggas better strap up. Why would you give that heads up? You dumb motherfucker. Fuck out of here. You out your motherfucking mind. If you want to impress me, step up and wait. Fight Teofimo in Newark so he can knock your head to Irvington. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You ain't impressing nobody with all this Twitter talk. All this wild Twitter talk you talking. Who are you talking about? You're talking about niggas ain't legends. Nigga. Mace, I'll tell you right now, and this, I'm not talking about Mace when he came out and sold. Mace was Michael Jackson after Michael Jackson, before Drake. Nigga sold 5 million in 3 weeks. What is you talking about? But I'm talking about tonight. Tonight, right now, Mace is a 1,000,000% better rapper than you a boxer. 1,000,000%. Don't make me put the battery in his back to Oracle 3, you nigga.
Yeah.
I'll have him Oracle 3. That's what you need to do is Oracle 3, man. And let niggas know, man. He is 1,000,000% better rapper than you a boxer, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Lastly, what I was going to say, Murder, is this. You keep talking about, how they legends, they doing podcasts, this and that. We make more money than you. We sit here and make more money than you. I know you don't want to play the Cash App, open your bank account game on the phone when we see each other. I know you don't want to open your phones up and see how much you got in the account. You make $2 million.
The put this energy into your boxing and start letting your hands go, then you will be a pay-per-view star.
Oh, they podcast. Because we getting chicken. We make more money than you. You better come when you want to.
Online detectives started piecing together timelines. Fake sources began claiming there were internal disputes inside. Rap-A-Lot and anonymous bloggers hinted that investors were panicking over brand damage. One unverified post even claimed a few upcoming projects had been quietly paused to avoid feeding the fire, while another so-called insider alleged that publicists were scrambling to clean up the image that had once been untouchable. The rumor mill was endless, but the truth was clear: the culture was shifting in real time. What once terrified people now entertained them. Even comedians started making jokes referencing the roast during stand-up shows and podcasts replayed the same clip of MAE's smirk like it was evidence in a case. Comment sections filled with people saying the same thing: if J Prince can get clowned, anyone can. For Ma Dollar E, this was the redemption arc. No one saw coming the man once dismissed as a relic had just reshaped the conversation.
Job? We might got a job for you. Get the out of here. Yeah, Murder.
Boxing is also entertainment. Let me school you, Nick. So when you get in the ring, you're not entertaining. We don't want to keep hearing about the sweet science. We're looking for entertainment. We're paying bucks for entertainment, and you're not entertaining. And somebody got to tell you this. I know you flipped out on Tim Bradley, tried to say they paid him to say that. I know you said that Bob Arum panned the cam on people leaving out as you was fighting. But listen, if the fight was smoking, nobody had to walk out. You should not be the main event fighting like the undercard. Your fight was like the undercard. All the smoke was before you. So they need to rearrange how you're going. You're like a headliner that really need to be the opening act. And that's on a business sense. So you need to take note of that.
They call you pillow hands. That's what they call you. I didn't make that up. That's what I heard. They call you pillow hands. But listen, it's room for you here. We need a boxing analyst weekly. We could be your promoter.
Yeah.
Listen, you never got this much traction. We could, the dead series, I know it's gonna be like, niggas, think about it. You in Billboard, you ever been in Billboard? You in Billboard. You on TMZ.
You made it.
You made it, nigga. You made it. If you need help, we're here. We got you here right now. It's a week and think about it. It's a week and a half after the fight, and we still talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just a difference between big homie and OG. Like, the OGs is that's older than you, more experienced. They've been around and they teaching you. They're keeping you away from danger. They are valuable in your life.
Conversation through pure wit. Cameron kept fanning the flames, adding subtle jabs that turned every episode into a headline factory. Fans waited for J Prince to respond, but nothing came. Not a post, not a quote, not a single.
Do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your control that. Ain't nobody gonna tell a nigga get the strap and then we gonna sit there and be like, hey, I think we should shut up. Nah, this is not 1982, bro. You cannot sit here and tell get the strap and then be quiet. Nobody know that part because I just be going viral. You bugging, James. You bugging, man. I don't know what bet you talking about. All that other slang. Then bet it. Whatever bet you talking about, bet it. I don't know what bet it. Bet it. You want to bet it? I don't know what to bet it.
It don't necessarily translate outside of where you are. Like, you think you have to be globally and worldwide respected because of where you're from. And there's people that say, yo, okay, that was over there, but over here, that don't matter.
Someone commenting on a sports show about a sports event should not draw in threats of violence or whatever the that was.
Yeah. And that's the other part. The threat and crazy talk came from dude first, from Shakur. Like, he did that.
I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a Lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. You gotta put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you was supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up when young niggas started sending old niggas out, and just cause this little ignorant nigga got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission.
When I put out an album, or Mace puts out an album, if somebody don't like it, we're not running around chasing down everybody that don't like the album. If you don't like the album, then you don't like the album. We can't sit here and threaten, you don't like my album, get the strap. What are you talking about? Yo, when I see you, I'm gonna f you up because you ain't like my album. Your craft is your craft. If you're not good or not excited at your craft, and niggas is saying that, that's niggas' opinion. After the fight, you said, I'm not going to focus on anything, but just go there and relax with my family. This does not look like you're relaxing. Are you relaxed? You're not relaxing. That's the last thing is relax. You're hurting. And I know you're hurting. You're arguing with everybody. It ain't just us. It's just that we the most polarizing figures, so to speak. So gonna
make that polarizing
we're polarizing ass niggas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that makes you mad. You got all this information about some you say you don't know. How you know all this about that you be like, I don't know these. They're not legends. I'm not going to respect them. You think we respect you? I thought what we said yesterday was polite. I thought it was nice. I thought we said it the best way. I said, look, we acting like the lost. He still won. It just seemed like he lost. Yeah, because you're boring. You might as well have lost. You might as well put the last two fights under L. You that chicken up. Corporations want to put asses in the seat, and you can't do that, bro.
Threat. That silence said more than any statement could. It showed a crack in the armor of a man who built his world on never being disrespected. And as the internet crowned Ma Dollar E the new voice of fearless commentary, the question hung in the air, would J. Prince recover, or was this the beginning of the end for his myth? Either way, one thing was certain, the fear was gone, and the laughter had one dot. So after all this madness, the question now isn't what Ma Dollar E said, but what it means for the culture itself. Are we watching a shift where legends can finally be questioned, or is this just another viral moment that fades once the next scandal drops? J. Prince's silence might be strategy, or it might be shock, but either way the balance of power feels different tonight. Maybe it's time people stopped fearing the names behind the curtain and started asking what those names have really done for the game. Maybe Ma Dollar E didn't just start drama, maybe he cracked open a truth the industry has been hiding for years. But what do you think, was Ma Dollar E brave or reckless? Was this justice or just entertainment? Drop your thoughts below and tell us whose side you're really on. Because one thing's for sure, this story isn't over and we're just getting started. If you want the full breakdown of every twist, every hidden detail, and every move behind the cameras, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next, because the truth is only getting louder and we're here to bring it to you first.